Other interesting political news, you have Cuomo saying that they speak 180 foreign languages in public schools. That's a good thing. Now, this also comes to us thanks to End Wokeness. He's on a roll today. So now he doesn't actually add any commentary. He just, so without too much further ado, I'll play this viral video here. Let's not click the wrong button. There we go. At least he suited up. Cuomo did one smart thing in his life. Low bar, yeah, but.
The city of New York. We are the capital of diversity. 180 languages spoken in our school system. 180 different languages, people from all across the world. That makes us stronger, not weaker. And we are the city.
He doesn't say how that makes us stronger, but it went very viral. I got 6.8 million views as well as 12,000 likes. One of the first comments come to us thanks to Salty Texan. It says, quote, "No wonder these kids ain't learning a damn thing," getting 106 likes. And also kind of ironic because I don't think that's proper grammar, or that's just slang. Nevertheless, X Van Fleet, famous individual escaped communist China, says, quote, "That's a problem, a huge problem, like the Tower of Babel," which, not to be too much of a Bible thumper, but that Bible, historically speaking, back in the day, mankind spoke, we all spoke the same language, and they're building a tower. It was a defiance towards God, so eventually God struck it down, and he made everyone speak different languages. That's a rudimentary summary of the story. Gunther Eagleman says, quote, "It won't end well," getting 763 likes, which, well, I mean, New York's a great place. It has a brand. Remember Mayor Eric Adams said? I mean, mostly, crime, corruption, and riots, but they do have a brand. I'll give them that much. The Gas Stove, our favorite contrarian, says, quote, "America's strength lies in diversity and multiculturalism," getting 72 likes and 144 comments proving the power of being a contrarian. This is one of the most engaged comments in this whole thread is the gas stove, which I would debate gas stove can't actually, type or tweet. Although, considering most appliances now have computers built in that talk to China, maybe it is. I'm only partially kidding. Now, you also have Arthur and Callie responding to the gas stove saying, quote, "Without diversity, America will fail," getting 10 likes as well. That person got 30 comments. And one of the most biggest comments, let's see here. In opposition says, quote, "Diversity is not strength. If it were, nations like India, Japan, and China would be importing as many diverse groups as possible to get an edge on the global economic competition," getting 2 likes. That is fascinating how, and again, I think diversity of opinion is paramount to building companies and businesses, people, and good company in terms of, life gets boring for an echo chamber and it gives you different ways to solve problems. But it is interesting that, only the United States are focusing on it. But you also have Scott saying it's not diversity, the Tower of Babel, getting 18 likes. Now going back to the main comment section, you have Wholesome Trad Post saying, "Teaching kids to love America should come first. Unity matters more than how many languages you speak," getting 35 likes. Barefoot Pregnant says, quote, "A common language unites, 180 languages divide." Paul Zupa says, "How about fundamentals first?" getting 128 likes, 129 likes, going up like a stock. We also have Levercraft Media Tam says, quote, "Diversity is our strength as long as it's out of sight and mind," getting 41 likes. Jersey Jackass says, "Cuomo is an actual psychopath," getting 972. I think it's 974, 75 likes, going through the roof. Yeah, he was the guy who, when the olds got sick, when the old elderly got sick, he put them back in the nursing homes that it spread, and unfortunately led to many dying. Titan Maximus says, quote, "Hey, hashtag retard finder, found you a big one." And this is a screenshot of Cuomo, a guy with 1.4 thousand likes. David Coyote says, "Cuomo is a moron." And he says, "Your post has been rated 3 Kamalas and 1 OC for how stupid it is," getting 780 likes. Booker T in the MG42 says, quote, "Me sitting silently watching an episode of Diversity is our strength." And say, "Please, an AI picture generated from Grok. The gentleman sitting by windows of a city burns to the ground," getting 687 likes. Or maybe it's just a picture of Los Angeles. We also have Pregnant Redhead say, quote, "That's not strength, it's a warning sign. You cannot build a strong, united nation when the kids can't even speak the same language." Getting 153 likes. Now, again, that being said, I don't think he means this, but I would understand if schools would have translators to help you learn English. I think that is paramount to kind of building culture in the United States. We need to have a national language. And you actually have to assimilate and share these same cultures and values. Scrolling down more and more. Let's see here. I love American news, says America First, and say a screenshot of a tweet from Aurora McKillen, and says the American family should not have to compete with foreigners for housing. The American student should not have to compete with foreigners for an American education. American people should not have to learn a foreign language to navigate an American grocery store. Getting 322 likes. I remember even when I was in high school, you were forced to take a foreign speaking class, which I would say 90% of everyone just defaulted to Spanish because "U hablo un poco español. Donde está el baño?" That is the most important one if you have to know Spanish. But I mean, I also had my mom who came from Cuba legally and helped me in the Spanish classes a little bit. But you had a couple of my friends who learned German and French in high school, but it was a requirement. You have Wind Talker said, quote, "Yo, 80% of our own kids are functionally illiterate in English," getting 430 likes. That's another concerning thing is the decrease in literacy rates in the United States, especially like places like Detroit and Chicago, with those schools being woefully ineffective. And a good example of more money does not always equal a greater outcome, as in Detroit, they spend the most per student in terms of education, and they have the lowest test scores. One or two more comments here. Base Department says, is the GIF from The Office where you have, "I'm Prison Mike." It's a screenshot from the Cuomo interview. Someone in the back looks just like him with the bandana. And 1.2 thousand likes. So you get a lot of people referencing the Tower of Babylon. A lot of people saying he's what is it, Zoltar from the Tom Hanks movie Big. Yeah, but again, I think translators are a very important role in public schools. But it doesn't feel. Maybe let me know in the comments. Do you feel like our culture and languages are more bifurcating than uniting the United States? And I mean, Trump. I mean, this interesting. That's controversial, but he recently made English the national language of the U.S. I think it's kind of ridiculous. That was decades ago, already said and done. But let me know your thoughts, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Again, trying to get to 6,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you click that button, I really appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, and comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. And lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.